Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode of the Dope Sessions podcast. I'm your host, Kelvy, and this is episode 2 of the Dope Sessions podcast, Anime Midwest Adventures. So for this episode, I got a chance to host my very first panel at Anime Midwest. The panel I hosted was the Flow Spittin Misfittin panel. The panel was basically like a getting to know the Microphone Misfitz. I was excited yet nervous at the same time. It was so much work going into hosting the panel. It's a lot of preparation with, how you want it to flow and how you want to work on the questions. When I do this podcast, it's me basically just asking questions in a free state of mind type of way, if that makes any sense. I want it to be myself yet professional. But on one end, I'm being told that you got to treat this professional like most panels you see at the cons. And then on the other hand, I'm hearing, this is like a live action or a live version of the Dope Sessions podcast. Like I said, I had most moments of calm. I had tons of freakouts. Like I said, this is my first time not only doing a panel, but this is my first time actually interviewing the Microphone Misfitz as a group. Now everybody knows, I've said this before, that I got the chance to interview D-Nick on my podcast. So, I'm in between. I hope this is going great. I hope the other guys like me. And I hope they like the questions. Are these questions even any good? It was all this stuff going on in my mind. But as soon as everything kind of started, my nerves quickly went away. And as soon as we started, it was a great panel. And I want you guys to really get the chance to check it out. It's a fun panel, very loose, very inviting. We had, at first when we did the panel, it was nobody really in the room, but then people started kind of trickling in, so that helped a little bit too. But here is actually part 1 of the panel. Check it out. All right, y'all, my name is Kelvy. This is Dope Sessions podcast. I finally got the chance to sit here and interview the Microphone Misfitz. So I just want to introduce everybody. We got Defects, we got Mel L, we got D-Nick, the Microphone Misfit, we got Red Light, and we got Ken Solo. What's up, fellas?
What's up? What up, though?
How y'all doing, man? I know, everything just kind of started, with Anime Midwest, but how y'all doing so far?
Better now, because all our logistical stuff is out of the way.
we finally got the money.
Yeah.
Now we can get to work.
Yeah, we got paid, so we're good now. We're relaxed.
So
D-Nick has been stressing for the last 48 hours. It's been the funniest thing in the world.
7 days.
But now that we got money, first 40, he feels a lot
That's
better.
because y'all be stressing me out.
I'm really trying to make this easy for you this time.
Where's Ray? On the real dude, you really did kind of give yourself more added stress than you needed a few times this week. I just want you to know, when you call me 3 times in one day.
Since I actually got everybody
look
here,
at it like,
I swear I've been wanting to do this.
Jet ain't here.
Where's Ray?
Oh, God.
Damn it, Ray.
That happened today.
A few times.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. So really, my first question is, how did each of you come to join the Microphone Misfitz?
Woo! Okay. Defects.
So this happened. So when I joined, it was 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know time really flew.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of these guys for the longest, and I was presented an opportunity to perform from D-Nick.
The retroactive tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was first.
Yeah.
That was the first official show.
Right.
Yeah. And I was asked, and then after that, it was more bookings and more gigs were presented, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then people were complaining why is he not in the comic book? Where's the Anderson Paak lookalike guy?
Hey, hold on though. I like your answer, but I'm gonna give him the real since we're here.
Go ahead.
Defects had a car and we needed a ride one day, and we hit him up like, hey, we got this show over here in Detroit. You down? He's like, yeah, I'm down. And so he came and picked us all up, and then we drove. And he drove us there. So that was the whole thing. Defects originally came into the crew because he had a car and we needed a ride.
No, that ain't even it. I'll add.
That's actually partially right.
I'll add.
Yeah.
Defects.
I was giving the innocent PG.
Defects and Jet are like best friends, and Jet was like, "Yo, Defects, man, I can't flake on as many shows as I like to flake on. So, yo, right, yo, Defects, man, can you join the group so that I can just like flake whenever I want to flake, yo? You know, my wife gonna take us, want me to take the family to see Cinderella on Ice. Shout out to Jet 9. I'm sorry.
That's the true story.
Go for it, Mel.
Man, for me it was pretty simple. D-Nick and I came up together back in Flint. We started a theater company together back early 2000s. At the time, I was in the Marine Corps. Just as the theater company was picking up, I got shipped off to Iraq. When I came back, he was out here going to school. I came out to visit to talk about some theater business, and he was telling me about an experience of him being on stage with Naughty by Nature and wanting to work on a project. Me having a musical background, I was able to step in and was like, look, this is what we need to do. So I just kind of came in from there. So executive produced the first demo project, which was considered the Future joint. And yeah, man, I pretty much came out here, hit the ground running, met up with D. At the time, I think Young Drew was still there. Pete Proper was one of our first producers. So I've been around since the beginning, like kind of helped take the infancy and move it into that next step. And then they just wouldn't let me go, man. Ma retired from doing shows, and then I got stuck on stage in the background, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah, Mel's job, like he's our show DJ, but his real job is whatever needs to be done. I want to say time out to say peace to the people that came. Y'all can move up closer if y'all want to. You know, it's intimate.
Join us.
Dope Sessions podcast is just interviewing us, and y'all can ask any questions y'all want to ask. How did I come to the group? I guess it just kind of formed. Like Mel said, like. I came to Chicago in like 2003, and within like weeks of being here, I ended up in the Source Unsigned Hype Campus Combat Battle, like MC battle, and I came in third. And so then my name became like legend on school. You know what I'm saying? Because like they tried to rob me because they had me battle 20 guys at one time. And like I won the first round, and it's just like, yo, man, D-Nick battled 20 dudes at one time. So like that kind of like, cause they didn't structure it right. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we want somebody to represent Chicago, but it's a campus combat battle. That means that chances are the best rapper at this school might not be from Chicago, and I wasn't comfortable representing the city yet. So then after that, I got an opportunity, like he said, to perform with Naughty by Nature. I didn't have any material. I didn't have a demo. I didn't have anything. Tretch has asthma, and he was going back and forth. He was having an asthma attack during the show. So he would do a song, go back to the back of the stage and all that. Vinny pulled me up out of the crowd and had me battle a dude and just had me freestyle. After that, only person I knew that knew anything about music was Mel, like back home. And I was like, he was nice. He was just like, yeah, he just called me to hook up. No, I was like, Mel, it's a calling from God. I'm supposed to do this. Like, because Tretch said so. He was like, yo, put your demo in the bag. And I was like, oh, snap. And our first DJ and producer, Pete, was Ray's roommate. That's I hooked up. And just in the scene, I just started meeting these brothers. So they kind of went around me. Right?
Yeah, man. I met D-Nick at DePaul in 2004. I became roommates with their first DJ, and we're educated. and I just been watching him do his thing. And we were freestyling at random campus parties, and like we were the thing on campus. Like cats would come to the parties, and freestyle ciphers would pop off. Me and a couple of other b-boys would get it cracking, and like it's a party because these cats, the Microphone Misfitz, is here, right? And so a few years later, I go to album release party, and it was the most phenomenal thing I ever saw. And I was like, yo, I'm doing this music thing. How do I do this music thing? Like, how you doing this music thing? And he was like, yo, come be my hype man. I was like, huh, okay. That sounds like a pretty cool gig. And, you know, it took off from there, man. Go from hype man to, you know, learning how to do this music thing, how to, you know, say, even hold the microphone or be a stage performer, because their background is theater. So I really got, you know, groomed in being a stage performer from these two brothers right here. And it's been a hell of a ride ever since, man. 10 years next year. You know what I'm saying?
Ken Solo.
I was kidnapped.
We tried to give it back, but they didn't want it. We did. Like, I was like, hey, dude, Braymont, have him back. And he was like, nah, son, you're probably not. And we've been stuck ever since.
Facts. No, we got a mutual friend back at home. Well, Chicago. I'm from the South Side. South Side represent.
South Side, baby.
God knows. Anyway. Anyway, so I learned how to break when I was 8 years old. So from this guy named Brave Monk, and I used to go up north so I can, you know, just practice breakdancing. And one day I meet this guy, tall dude, you know what I'm saying, got dreads, look like this man right here. Okay. So no, he was like, yeah, man, I got this instrumental. You know, check it out, because he heard that I break and stuff. I was like, man, this is a cold track. And then it wound up being, what was it, BRE? Yeah, it wound up being BRE. So I was like, man, this is cool. And it's like, y'all perform and stuff like that. He told me he's part of D-Nick, the Microphone Misfitz, and the whole nine. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I started coming out to the events, and next thing you know, they just put me on after a while.
Yeah, because you was doing choreography from the audience, and it was like, hey man, you might as well put a shirt on and just bring him up.
I couldn't help myself, man.
Y'all remember that Looney Tunes where Spike is walking around, you got the little puppy that just keep following behind him, asking a bunch of questions. That was Solo early on, like every show, we'd be leaving, and like Solo would just be walking beside us, like asking a bunch of questions, hype as hell, and just wouldn't let go.
That's not true.
I'm telling all the dirt tonight, bro.
You telling all the dirt?
I'm telling it all.
Okay, can we leave a little dirt?
Okay, I'm gonna leave some of the dirt.
Say something for the earth.
And them, including our crewmate that's not here, Jet 9, they all come from Awesome Style Connections. So you know that it's a b-boy crew in Chicago. So Awesome Style Connection just kind of blurred into, because I was tight with Brave Monk, they just blurred into the Microphone Misfitz.
So Ray,
Yeah,
I got two-parter for you. One is not really, you don't have to answer it. But if you do, that's fine. So, is it true that if we want you, we can find you in the clouds and see your light beaming through mysterious shrouds?
Really, that was on point. Answer it right. That's actually true. Yes.
Okay, and in the song Gotcha Man, you're described as being the POV and the elevation. I forgot that
Symbol
one.
of
Symbol of elevation. What makes you the POV of this group?
Well, you know, in my origin story, I was hired to be the hype man, and you know, who's your favorite hype man? Spliff Star, ODB. You know, these are people that are like memorable when it hits the stage, and so particularly with this group, you see the colors that we rock, and you know, we believe in the Rasta philosophy. So I get on stage with this huge Ethiopian flag, and you know, that's POV right there. You know, people are watching that, they're hearing this voice, they're you know, the DJ is another spectacle in the background. Again, you know, these brothers are theater, so there's multiple different things that you're watching on the stage. POV, symbol of elevation. My job is to get the crowd hyped.
This dude just called me a spectacle.
Well, and two, like, you know, theatrically speaking, like, you know, so like these guys are not background dancers. That's sucker shit. They're dancers, but they're full members of the group. Like, this isn't that, you know. And so from a theater standpoint, they're the example. Solo, Jet, Defects are the example. Mel is the muscle and the musical backdrop. I am the road captain and ringmaster. Ray is the one that you relate to. Like, to be honest, nobody wants to be Batman. Batman's job look like it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to pay for the Batmobile, he got to do all that stuff. You see how they was clowning me when we started about work and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, stressing and stuff. But Robin, you get to ride in the sidecar, you get to, he get to grow up and be Nightwing and have little doobies in his mouth.
Man, this is a big dude.
We won't go there. Because remember my cousin was clowning you about that. Okay. So that's what we represent. That's,
okay. So I got the chance to actually come to one of y'all rehearsals and stuff, and got to see Defects do his thing on the floor, and I wanted to join you, but the way my knees and my legs are set up, it's not going to be possible for that.
Yeah.
But this question is for you and Solo. So, like, once the songs are like recorded, what's your process of coming up with the moves? Is it just strictly freestyle, or is it always rehearsal?
Go ahead, Defects.
So for me, I had to listen to a few times. Oh, sorry.
You good.
Oh,
yeah.
So I have to listen to the song a few times and what the song is about, and then I start relating. I don't want to say it's all fully freestyle, maybe just a little bit, but that's just because of the wave of emotions through the song is coming throughout me. So. Yeah, partially it is. Well, half of it is freestyle, but other is like my little go-tos at the same time.
I told you I was kidnapped. I don't know why y'all keep doing this. No, but it's the same process with me too, especially with new songs like rehearsal. Okay, so I miss rehearsals, right? No, I'm for real. This happened recently. No, but the thing is, if I listen to it at least just one time, it's in me. And I just go off the vibe of the music and stuff like that. It's like me and the song is one. You know what I'm saying? Not just freestyle for the most part. Because that's how I got brought up, is freestyling first. Then I got into choreography, which was slowing things down. And we do have choreographed moves. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, that's our go-to, but mostly, no, we want to feel it. Yeah. And we hype each other up, so we just get it down.
So,
dirty.
So again, I can't do what you do, but if y'all need somebody on stage to do this,
yeah,
I can do that.
Okay now.
So if you guys liked what you heard so far, wait till you hear the second part of the Flow Spittin and Misfittin panel. But that's all the time we got for today. Hope you enjoyed what you got to see. Like I said, part 2 of the panel is coming up next week. Thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode of the Dope Sessions podcast. Y'all can go to my YouTube channel. Just type in the Dope Sessions podcast or the Kelvin Wilson Project, and it'll come up. Like and subscribe to the page. You can find me also on Instagram as well, so come to the Dope Sessions podcast on Instagram and hit me up. And thank y'all again for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.